Hello YouTube, how are you doing? This is Chrysanthemum of Maya's Grandma 2008. This is my review on this presidential debate last night. My number one problem with the whole Romney person is this. How the fuck are you gonna cut off Sesame Street? How are you gonna cut out PBS? Who PBS used to have, I think they still do have, electric company. There are so many raggedy motherfucking ratchet ass parents out here that don't do a fucking thing for their children. And the only way their children are actually still learning when they're not at school is through PBS. Because they have Sesame Street. You can sit your kids in front of the TV and they will learn their ABCs. If they don't have the internet, they will learn, because I learned sentence structures and rules as far as words, how they're constructed, from one Saturday morning cartoons to my mother making me read to her every fucking Saturday morning. Used to get on my nerves, but now people can say a word. Baby, I know how to spell. It's a lot of motherfuckers that can't spell in this world today, but my black ass can spell. I can decipher. I know rules when it comes to words of how you're supposed to put the letters together to make the word. Rarely do I spell a word wrong. Rarely do I spell a word wrong. Then you have just Nova, which is a science program. 321 Contact is a science program for children. You have the news. You have the True News usually comes on PBS. So why the fuck would he cut the funding for PBS? It's such an important part in America. My husband is 58. I'm 45. He said that, because I didn't know that they had Sesame Street when he was little. He said he used to watch Sesame Street. Why the hell would you cut that? Some schools who can't afford a lot of things that help children learn, they use PBS. I remember watching PBS when I was in school, because schools didn't have a lot of money. So they use PBS to help along with their educational structure. So for you to say that you're going to kill Elmo because these PBSs in all these different states, cities, whatever, they need that extra money. Because trust me, the fucking donations don't come in like you think. So I just think that's wrong. That's my number one problem. My number two problem is I'm not falling for the okie doke with Mitt Romney. Because once again, I'm watching CNN. There's a lot of stuff that they're saying that Obama said is true, but there's a lot of stuff that they're watching that Romney said is true, but there's a lot of stuff they're watching that they're saying on the fact check that Romney said is false or incomplete, which incomplete is fucking false. If you turn in a paper in school and it says incomplete, that's actually a fail. So I don't really care about the stuff that Romney was talking about. Yeah, he might have won a debate because he was attacking, but he didn't want to debate with me because I'm not falling for the okie doke with Romney. Romney, he turned on a lot of stuff now. He did not like Obamacare, but then he's still trying to say that his care that he's trying to implement is just like Obamacare. And another thing, if Romney gives out vouchers, it's going to be the same thing as being an HMO. So I don't understand why he feels like that's going to be a better system, because you're passing out vouchers for people. People like me, I might not even want a voucher. You know, I don't know if people watching this, if you're young and you're watching this, I'm saying young like in your 20s and you're watching this, when you get to be about maybe 25 years old, you'll start getting these letters from the Social Security Administration. They'll be with green ink and it'll come to your house. and it will have your social security number on it, and it will have every single year you've worked on the letter. And in the letter, it will tell you what you made each one of those years, and it will tell you if you had to retire or at this point of your working, what you would get from your social security check, which you're paying into, and if you qualify for Medicare, which you're paying into. If you're not working under the table, you're paying into this. Under the table means somebody's just giving you like a personal check, and if you're not working under the table, you're getting a payroll check. Okay, so listen, if you're like in your 20s right now, like mine came, it says I have enough credits, and I'm 45, I have enough credits, and I've paid into Medicare. So if I got sick today and couldn't work anymore, I would know that Medicare would be there for me, because at this moment I do not have any medical insurance. So that's a good thing for me to know. That Medicare, not Medicaid, which is a state run medical insurance type of thing for people who don't ever work. That's really what that's for. Or people who work such low paying jobs, which right now everybody knows I don't work a job like I used to. I work a low paying job because it's my choice. It's not because of that's all I can find. It's because that's the only choice I have because of my situation with my husband being sick. Because truly, I could go back out on the road and drive a truck. It wouldn't be a problem. And make $1,300 a week. But I can't do that right now because my husband has to get to dialysis 3 days a week. I'm just so upset. So anyway, let's get back to this letter you would get from Social Security. So, depending on how much money you make, it depends on how much money that you'll get for your Social Security check when you turn 62 for women, 65 for men. And so, start looking for those letters if you're in your 20s. Start looking for those letters to be delivered to your house. Open them up and really look at those letters. Really look at how much money you're going to get. Because you might have a job. I'm in the pink room, you see. You see we did a crappy job of painting it pink. Anyway, because if you have a job that doesn't have 401k, 403b, these are retirement plans, or a pension plan, then that's all you have to rely on. Don't look at the word entitlement as if it's a Social Security check for the people who have worked, who's getting a real Social Security check. Not people who are born retarded, so they get that check from the government. Not people who are faking like their asses are sick or crazy and they're getting that check. Because those people don't really get a lot of money from the government anyway. Well, it might seem like a lot of money to them, but $700, $500 is nothing to me. You make more than that every 2 weeks. Most people do. So, start looking at the letters and just really looking at the letters, really reading every line so that you can pay attention, because you should get them. If you don't get them every year, you should get them at least every 2 years. The letters will be with green ink, like I said, and they'll be from the Social Security Administration. Sorry. Those are some things you should look for and pay very close attention. The other thing I don't like about Romney was that he was cutting off the commentator, the mediator, the guy who was running the debate, and he was cutting off President Obama. Although President Obama ended up getting more minutes, Romney was trying to get minutes in too. It looks like, I think that President Obama ended up getting 5 more minutes because he just talked a little bit longer because Romney kept cutting him off. Please don't fall for the okie doke when it comes to Romney, because, like I said, my face is puffy. I don't know why. I went walking yesterday. Yes. Anyway, don't fall for it, because when it came to the Simpson Bowles discussion where they were talking about how to cut the budget, how to cut certain things out of the budget, Mitt Romney couldn't give you a specific thing that he would do, but Obama could give you the specific things that he would do to cut taxes. Mitt Romney wants to cut the educational budget. So once again, I really feel like he wants to cut the educational budget and give people vouchers, which we all know there's some ratchet ass motherfuckers out there that will take that voucher, go find a school for their ignorant ass, dumb ass, snotty nosed kids to go to, and they will find some type of way to get a refund so they can put their fucking money in their pocket and then go drink 40 ounces or get high all day. Yes, I said it. So I don't think that they should have a voucher program for the whole fucking United States. Why the hell would you do that? Why would you do that? I could just see it. When he said it, my mind just flashed. All these ignorant motherfuckers are going to go take this voucher money, find a way where they can get a refund, and they'll be smoking crack, smoking weed, getting their dreadlocks done, and drinking 40 ounces all day. That's all I can see that they'll do. So I don't feel like you should put America on a voucher program. I don't feel like you should do that. That's not gonna work for America. I just really believe that if these people go out and vote for Romney, this country is going to be in such a shambles within 5 to 7 months later. It won't affect people like me. Hey, listen, no matter who wins, I will still be driving a bus. I can still go back to driving a truck. No matter who wins, if someone needs a medical assistant or a medical secretary, I have two things I've always been able to do: the medical field on the low end or driving. And I have the highest license you can get with endorsements. I'm very employable. But for people who have no skills, people who have no drive or goals, you're gonna be fucked. You're gonna be fucked. Trust me. It's not gonna be pretty. And you'll have 4 years of us going backwards into that bullshit. Because when Obama was talking about the housing market and how they went in and made the banks be accountable, and how the banks have now paid the United States back for the money that they got from the government, that was a very good thing. I don't think that Romney would have helped. He already said he wouldn't have saved the automotive. He said he wouldn't have saved the automotive industry. So I just don't think that I will fall for the okie doke. So I just don't think so. The debate was cool. I didn't like the format because they let Romney argue and cut people off, and that's not usually how I've debated before in high school. Now I've had my facts sitting there, and I don't ever remember us being able to cut people off when we're debating. I don't remember us being able to break into when the guy was asking the question. It was a different type of style of this debate. Was a different type of style than than the ones that I'm used to. Let's hope that the second debate is a little bit more structured, and let's hope that when they have the vice president debate that Joe Biden kicks Paul Ryan's ass as far as his answers. And Paul Ryan, I hope that you come up with more specific answers and that you're not lying, because there's a lot of stuff that they're saying on fact checking that was a lie. So this is my review on the presidential debate that happened last night. This is Amaya's grandma, 2008.